Hello, how are you? I'm good. One of the reasons why I'm good is because I have solved Nancy Drew and the mystery of hunger. So I'm gonna talk about that with you because for me, it was one of the greatest mysteries of my life and my eating disorder, because I did not get how people just ate and then they stopped eating, and they stopped eating for hours. They stopped eating when there was food on the plate. I did not get it. I do not know how these people do it. And that is possibly because the feeling of hunger is kind of universal. So I'm gonna dissect that more. The feeling of stomach rumbling hunger is universally acceptable. And that's typically the kind of hunger that we give all of our bananas to. This is the one that has all of the value. And there's like this biblical definition of hunger where hunger is when your stomach grumbles and you are physically hungry. And although that extends probably to normal people, that's the majority of the reason why they eat. It is not the only one, and especially when you're having an eating disorder, you cannot rely on that. And that is because people eat to feel satiated. They eat to feel satisfied and ready to move on with their day, to feel not tired, to feel energized. When you're in an eating disorder, the reasons that you're eating are different, because it's not just I need to eat to feel satisfied, it's I need to eat because I've restricted myself and eaten less than I've needed to eat, and therefore I need to eat more to repair. Now, the eating disorder doesn't translate that accurately. It says you are eating too much because you were a pig and you're going to die alone. And that is not true. So, at least for me, I felt very guilty because when I ate and I felt like I should be satiated, I was not. And that was because I was restricting beforehand. So, I think that the mystery of hunger lies in what is satiating. For somebody with a normal body that hasn't been neglected in terms of calories, that is, I'm comfortable. I feel satiated when I feel comfortable and full, but not like overly so. Sometimes there's a little bloating, but sometimes it's just normal. When I was in extreme hunger, that was not the case. And when I felt satiated, when my stomach was out to here and I was hot and sweaty, and give me 20 minutes and I'll be hungry again. And the reason why that happened was because I was having mental hunger. So mental hunger is like the type of hunger that you have when your physical hunger hasn't yet caught up. So I'll still be digesting the food that my body needs to repair me, but mental hunger helps fuel me to keep eating when I'm still digesting. So it's very useful because you might not get those stomach grumblings, but it's needed. So mental hunger is kind of taking on most of the responsibility, at least for my extreme hunger, and I think it's for other people's extreme hunger too. Now, that's not to say that people who have normal eating habits that are healthy do not experience mental hunger. I have eaten not because I'm physically hungry quite often. Somebody gave me Spanish tortilla that their girlfriend made, and I loved that stuff. And so when I got it, it was a huge treat to me, and I ate it even though I was not in the slightest bit hungry. When I was at Christmas, I ate because everybody else was eating, and I wanted to feel the joy and the merriment, so I ate. And it wasn't about necessarily I'm hungry physically and I want to eat. It's more of I want to eat to join in on this occasion, emotion, receive this gift. And there have been times where I just get home and I'm stressed, and I do eat, and I eat because I'm stressed. And people take that as like a sin. That is going against the biblical definition of hunger. You eat when you're stressed, how dare you? And here's the thing. When you are normal, when you are healthy, when you are recovered, you give yourself all the permission to eat whatever you want, which is a great thing to do. And sometimes that includes eating when you're stressed. Now, that isn't my go-to response. My go-to response for when I'm stressed is not usually food, but it can happen. And that's not a sin. That is not a crime against hunger. That is simply allowing anything to happen. And it's not a binge. It's more of like, oh my God, I need some chocolate right now, so I'm gonna have some chocolate right now. So the mystery of hunger, I think that mostly it has to do with levels of satiation, and that depends on energy needs. If you have destroyed your body or restricted, it needs more food. If you are more normal, more regulated, then you need less food, but you allow yourself to have as much as you want. I hope that made sense. The mystery of hunger will always be a mystery until you recover, and you won't trust what anybody says until you experience it yourself. But you are not an anomaly. As long as you eat without restriction and allow all the permission in the world to eat and whatever you want, you will solve this mystery for yourself, and it will be so much more satisfying than listening to my experience with solving the mystery. So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this gave you hope that you will feel the burden lifted of figuring out hunger. So I hope that you have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.